Hey, everybody. We are in Still in Crucial Conversations, chapter 5, right? So, chapter 5 is called Make It Safe, How to Make It Safe to Talk About Almost Anything. So, the quote for this chapter comes from Proverbs 25:11. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in a basket of silver. Isn't that beautiful to have apples of gold in a basket of silver? So that is just jewels on jewels. So in this chapter, we're going to be learning how to step out, make it safe, and then step back in. So they say the key is to step out of the content of the conversation. And you never to stay stuck somewhere that is not going right. Okay. So they say crucial conversations often go awry, not because others dislike the content of the conversation, but because they believe the content suggests that you have a malice intent. Okay, so you talking to me this way, not to help me. You're being condescending. You're not saying things that are making me feel good, and I don't like it, and I ain't talking. So the first condition of safety is mutual purpose. Mutual purpose means that others perceive that you're working toward a common outcome in the conversation, that you care about their goals, interests, and values. Okay. Mutual purpose is the entry condition to dialogue. So we should often watch for signs of where the mutual purpose is at risk. Okay, and say a lot of times they say it's hidden when people have hidden agendas. They're using accusations. They keep circling back in the topic, And I realized that, but I don't feel like, when I was doing it, I was trying to help people understand my point. But I'm learning now that there's a mutual. I'm feeling like I'm feeling unsafe. I'm feeling like I'm trying to justify why I'm saying what I'm saying. Okay, so you need to ask yourself, do others care? Others believe that I care about their goal in this conversation? Is it just about me in this conversation? Do they trust my motive? Remember that mutual in the mutual purpose. Mutual is not a technique. Okay, it is the crucial part of the conversation. The purpose has to be truly mutual. If our goal is to get out of the way or manipulate others, it will quickly become apparent. Safety will be destroyed and we'll be back to silence or violence. Now, we talked about that silence or violence, right? So when we're talking to people, we should be thinking about what I want, what the others want, and what do we want for this relationship. Okay, that's the most important thing. So it should always be about mutual respect. And it's funny that we have to even say that. Why do we have to excuse me, and even indicate that it has to be mutual respect? Because people out here talking out the sides of their mouth and they're not saying what needs to, they're just saying it without caring about another person's feelings. So they say without mutual respect, the conversation tanks. And the telltale sign is to spot when respect is violated and safety takes a turn south. Watch for signs that people are defending their dignity. When people feel the desire to, when people feel disrespected, they become highly charged. Their emotions turn from fear to anger. They are at a resort of pouting, name calling, yelling, making threats. Okay, so all of this means that do others believe I respect them? So if they're making threats, they clearly don't feel the mutual respect. Wherever you at in the conversation, they not there. So a clever way a person can form mutual respect is say, Lord, help me forgive those who sin differently than I do. Okay, that's how you know when you ain't respecting somebody, because you don't see that you sinning and they sinning, but then you need to understand that you got to respect them regardless of how they sinning, right? Because who are you to judge them when you got your own cross to bear? So they say when we recognize that we all have weaknesses, it's easy to find a way to respect others. When we do this, we feel a kinship or mutuality between ourselves and even the thorniest of people. Okay? The thorniest of people. All right. So once mutual respect is at risk, they encourage you to apologize, and then in contrast, you back away and then create the mutual purpose again. So that's what we do. Do we do that? Okay. Do we apologize when it's appropriate? I'm big on apologies, and I know that a lot of people aren't. So let's get into, they say, why is apologies important? When you've made a mistake that has hurt others, start with an apology. An apology is a statement that sincerely expresses your sorrow for the role in causing or at least not preventing pain or difficulty with others. Now, an apology isn't really an apology unless you experience a change of heart. And that's what you see. You need a lot of people be apologizing. You be like, but did you really feel that way? I mean, you're saying you apologize, but I don't see any changes happening. Okay, so to offer a sincere apology, your motives have to change. You have to give up saving face, being right, or winning in order to focus on what you really want. So at that point, if you apologize, then you have stepped out of the ranks. It's not about what you want anymore. Okay, it's about what they want, and it's about the relationship. That's why you're apologizing. Next, watch to see if this sincere how to respect has shown or has helped to restore the safety. If it hasn't, you need to use one of the more advanced skills, okay? And so the more advanced skill is contrasting, okay? And it's to do not statements. It's a don't do statement, okay? Address others' concerns that you don't respect them or that you have a malice purpose. That don't part. Okay, you need to let them know, I do respect you. I don't have any malice in talking to you about the situation. Confirm your respect or clarify your real purpose, the do part. So you got your don't part, and then you got your do part. All right, that's how you fix misunderstandings. Okay, I know a lot of you feel like me. Had you known some of these things, you would not be in the situation you've been in, because you've been trifling, right? Okay, so we need to create, so in order to create mutual respect, they say you need to be committed to seek mutual purpose, all right? The next thing you need to do is you need to recognize the purpose behind your strategy. What is your goal? What is the end game in you having this conversation with this person? Event a purpose, a mutual purpose. Okay, let me go back to this. When you recognize the purpose behind another person's strategy, you discover that you actually have compatible goals. So when you're taking the time to recognize what's going on and strategize with that person, okay, that come to Jesus, then you can see, you know what? I didn't really see that you saw it that way. See, I'm glad we on the same page. That's what you know that aha. That helps, doesn't it? Okay. So then you're able to brainstorm strategy. Okay, so now that we on the same page, okay, this is what I think you can do. This is what not this is what I think you can do. I'm sorry. This is what I'm willing to do. Okay. Now, would you be open to doing blah, 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 or what are your ideas? Okay. All right. Create a mutual purpose. Commit to seek mutual purpose. Okay. Recognize the purpose behind the strategy. Invent a purpose. Brainstorm the strategy. That's what you go back through it again. And I like it because when you get this book, there are some strategies in here on how you can actually do that. All right, y'all. Stay tuned for chapter 6. Everybody.